Hi everyone, and welcome to Facebook Live on a Wednesday morning. Usually I come Monday evenings at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, but this week, because I didn't get home till Tuesday from on stage, we're doing it today. So hopefully I've got all my ducks in a row, and we're ready to go. It's so nice to be home. This has been basically 3 out of 4 weeks we've been traveling, and it's really nice to be home and nice to be in our own bed, drinking our own coffee, that kind of thing. So when you are away, what is one thing you really appreciate when you come home? What's one thing that just goes, this is so good? And as you're writing that down, I'm just going to show you a sneak peek of the covers of what's coming in January. So it's on stage, which is a Stampin' Up convention, and I was at the mini one in Vancouver. We got to see the new mini catalog that's coming out in January and the new celebration. We got to see what was in them too, but we can't share that with you right now. We even got to see a lot of the product demonstrated. We got to see samples, and oh, it's so good. It's exciting. And because we were at that, we even got to pre-order a few things. There's lots of benefits to being a demonstrator, and that's what's just so much fun. All right, I'll be sharing more about on stage and what we got there. If you've likely seen the pictures, but I'm going to go down to my desktop now, and I'm seeing some other people are sharing what they enjoy once they get home. It's always fun to be away, and it's always wonderful to be home. It just makes you appreciate it all the more, doesn't it? All right, okay. And I am just going to make sure that everything is hunky-dory on my computer. I'm feeling just a tad rusty here, but hopefully we've got everything going, and you're noticing the card on my desk right now. And that is the card that we made a week and a half ago, and somebody has... I'm just sharing the video here to our group, so just 1 minute. I really cannot talk and do something at the same time. It is just beyond my abilities. So we made this shaker card a week and a half ago, and those of you who are regulars here know that everybody who leaves a comment, their name goes into a draw, and I pull one. So this... Deborah, this card will go to you. So if you can message me with your address, I will send this fun card in the mail to you. So there we go. I often forget, so I am glad I got that out of the way. And I just wanted to share a few things before we start. One is next week I have a Christmas card buffet, and here's the link. I will also put the link in the description of this video afterwards. But what that means is, you know how a food buffet, you have all these things to choose from, and then you choose what you want, or if you're like me, you maybe try to choose a little bit of everything. Well, I will have these cards. I've already got the menu where you register, and you will choose what cards you want to make. And if you want to make more than one of one, that's fine. But you can choose up to 4 cards. Now, the designer paper might vary. So, for example, this is the card we're making here. Underneath there was different designer paper. But this, you will have the red, but it might have a slightly different design. But it will still have the same look. And this is a fun fold. So these are the cards you get to choose from. And those of you who've taken some other Christmas classes from me, you'll notice that these are repeats, but some of you wanted extras and some of you weren't able to be at those classes. So those are the cards that are on the menu. So just go to Christmas Card Buffet 22. I'll put the link up and register. And it is an in-person class. I just couldn't get enough organized to do the virtual this time around. So go there, check it out. I have an afternoon session and an evening session. So just be aware of that. Then I also have a special going on right now with the framed florets bundle. So the stamp set and the dies. Remember, the dies do all these wonderful things right here. If you buy this bundle from me before November the 22nd, you will receive this package of 7 card fronts and 7 envelopes. So why did I choose these colors? These are the colors that are found. Let me just show you them when they're not in a package. These are the colors found in the designer paper, but they're colors that people can use on almost any card. So there's a great selection of colors there. So order this before November 22nd and get this as an added bonus. So just a little hint about that. Now this stamp set and the dies will be in the next mini, but the swirls and the designer paper and all that kind of thing won't be. So again, check it out online. So right now, today, up until Friday at 11:59 p.m., their Stampin' Up! Is holding a sale unlike any I have ever seen. And it focuses on the annual catalog, but there's 10% off all punches, 20% off all dies and embossing folders. That's a large amount. 15% off all stamps, 20% off all non-specialty and non-assortment designer paper. So that's a lot of savings that you can get. Now you can shop for yourself, you could shop for a crafty friend for Christmas or birthday, or you could tell people who are shopping for you about this sale, and they could save some money and maybe get you a little extra. Just saying, you know. So you can go to my website, and I've got it right here as well. And if your order's less than $200, please use this hostess code. It just makes things that much better. So I decided that I should use some of the things on sale from the annual catalog and to make our card today. But just before I do that, I'm going to just remind you. So non-specialty designer papers, if they're specialty, they have the word specialty in the title here. So all of these would qualify to be on sale. This and this is specialty. See, there's specialty in the word there, because it's got the die cuts. So, and these would be included. And one of my favorites, this one and this one. Now this one has the word specialty, so it is not included. And these are stacks. They're an assortment, so they're not included. But wonderful selection there. And then when I was thinking, what do I want to get? I was trying to think of what dies or punches do you think are your must-haves, and maybe what are on your wish list. So I decided that today I am going to feature the Alphabest stamp set. Now it comes as a bundle, but right now during the sale it's cheaper to buy the stamp set and the punch individually. So do watch for that. So even your bundles, which are 10% off, are cheaper to buy during this sale individually. So we've got the stamp set, and we've got some great samples right here. So look at how they've used the punch, used the stamps here in the background. And then if we look back over here where the punches are, we see it again. So here they've stamped it on colored paper, and the punch is this. Now the punch is a little smaller. I meant to bring a regular size punch over, so let me just grab one. So this is like a mid-size punch. Here's our regular size, and here's this one. So if you so we don't have the glare. It is tinier, but it works mightily. So so good things come in small packages, I guess we could say. So let's get started on this card and get going here. So here is the Alphabest bundle, which if you were buying between now and the end of the day, Friday, I would buy individually and save a little bit more money. And we are going to use some dies that are my go-to dies. My deckled rectangles are definitely a go-to die set for me. And we're going to use the largest one. It's out of here right now. Another go-to die set for me is the stylish shapes. So we've got circles, squares, and label kind of things in here, and they're all stitched. So what would be your go-to die? Just wondering. And so we're going to bring in what we need for this card. We're going to start with a piece of thick basic white so that it's nice and sturdy, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So let's fold that in half. When I was talking about one of the things that I miss when I'm traveling, one of the things was crafting. I really need a crafting fix. So this is fulfilling part of that. So we've got the card base. We've got that done. Then we need a piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 of basic white, and we die cut it with the largest of the decals. So we've got that like that. And I'm just going to slide that back in the case so I don't lose it. Like that. Then we have this piece here is 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, and it's an option. So if you like white on white, so tone on tone, you would just go like that. If you like a little bit of color in behind, and be thinking about that, because I'm going to ask you what you want. We're going to put that just in behind like that. So be thinking, do you want the black in or the black out? And it'll make more sense once we get a few more things going on here. So we have, that was already. So then we need some scraps. We need some scraps of basic white, Flirty Flamingo, Orchid Oasis, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Coastal Cabana. And I know that some of you are saying, how do you store your scraps? I have shared this before, but what I do is I just take these, the plastic sleeves that you would buy at an office supply store, anything that's clear. I really find that if I have them in something clear, it makes a huge difference for me. And I put my scraps in here, and then I store it with the rest of my, say, this one, Orchid Oasis paper. So when I go to grab my Orchid Oasis paper, I see the scraps first because they're lying right at the front or on top. And then I check that out. And then I use my scraps up and make good use of my supplies. I'm seeing black in. Okay, so we will... we will go with that. We will use the black. Now, I decided I wanted to make a birthday card. So I am going to spell out the words happy using the alphabet and punch them out. And because I chose to make a birthday card, now you could, that's one of the joys of using the Alphabest, is you can make it for any occasion. It could be hooray, it could be Merry, you could make it Christmas, you could congrats, you could make it for whatever you want. But because I decided I wanted a birthday card, I got out my Let's Celebrate embossing folders. Now these also are on sale. Now these are the mini ones, so they're the narrower ones, so you get 2 to a package, And in this one, there's happy birthday in all different languages. And this one is congratulations in all different languages. I used the happy birthday one just before we came on live. And even though it is narrower than our paper, I just did it down the center and it looks pretty good. It's good enough for me, that's for sure. So now these are our layers. We're going to put this on here, this on here, just like that. So let's put that to the side and start to do our stamping. So I am going to string happy across here and then stamp the word birthday. So I'm going to stamp the word birthday on a piece of scrap basic white because the word birthday is coming from this, which, where did I put that stamp set? Is from the art gallery stamp set, also on sale, folks, just saying. I'm going to, and it's photopolymer, I'm using a spongy surface just to make it a little better. And I'm going to stamp it in black, but I only want birthday. So I'm going to bring in some of our masking paper. I've got some scraps here. You can see this has been used over and over again. And I just want to, I'm covering over the word happy with my masking paper. And I'll ink up the word birthday. And then take this off. I have been known to forget more than once. And I'm going to stamp it right up in here. There, we've got it just like that. I'm going to move the masking paper away so that we don't get that ink on anything. So we've got that. Now we want to do, that's extra in case I made a mistake. So now we want to stamp happy. So I'm going to bring in my blocks. Now the Alphabest stamp set, if you flip it over, you can see it. They are actually in alphabetical order. They also have little frames you can use, question marks, the number sign or hashtag sign, stars, flowers, and then they have some of the symbols that are for other languages. So it's all kinds of stuff here, and small enough that you can spell out a word. Now, happy, there's the H, and I could put it on this block right here, the A block. But what if you don't have a lot of blocks? I guess I could get it straight there. This one is almost not sticking. Do you know, I'm doing a little side trip here. Do you know what to do when your photopolymer stamps lose their stickiness and they don't stick to your block anymore? Take a little bit of liquid dishwashing soap and dab it on there, give it a rub, rinse it off, let it dry, and it will be sticky all over again. And I need to do that with my H. So what if you don't have a whole bunch of little blocks? Well, take one of your bigger blocks, and so we need A. So I can put A in one corner. If you're like me, hard to read letters backwards, flip your block over, and then you can see A, P. I need P. M, N, O, P. There we go. So I can put P. I really do have to flip it over. Yep, that's P. So do you notice I'm using opposite corners? And then I need a Y. There it is. So I could put it in this corner. I could flip it over and put it here. So you could end up having 4 corners on this side and 4 corners on this side, and you can do it that way. So that's one way of getting multiple letters on one block. You could be brave and just put them all together, but I want them separate right now. What do I mean by all together? You could just spell your word out, you know, like that, but that's not not the look I'm going for right now. So I'm going to be stamping with that. Now, the thing to remember when you're going to be punching it out is how does that punch go into the paper? So it goes in like this. So I need to stamp what in my brain is sideways. So we're going to just use black. So happy, stamp sideways. Now, if I was doing the little frames around them, I would bring that in and do it. But today we're going to keep it simple, and we're not going to. So we've got the H, then we're going to go with the A. So now I'm going to just ink up the A. And we're coming in sideways. I have to talk to myself when I'm doing this, or I forget A. Then we're going to do the P. I think I wanted to do the P in in green. So let's move this around and just ink up the P. So whoops, gotta go sideways. And then we need another one. Like that. And then we need the Y. And just like that, we have spelled out happy. So now we're going to bring in our punch. Just going to move all these inky things out of the way. So now I'll just center it in my punch. If I was smart, I'd be spelling it properly right now. There we go. So we've got it just like that. So we'll put that to the side. We've got our stamping done. Now we just need to assemble our card. So I need something to put the letters on. I could put something across there. I could just sort of scramble them across the page. But I'm going to put a bit of twine, our linen thread, and just run it across. I'm going to bring in my seal to put something sticky on the back. So this is going to end up looking like a banner across the front of my card. Didn't put it high enough. Add some more. There we go. So have any of you looked at that sale that's happening right now? And has anything caught your eye? Even though I have lots, you know, I always seem to want more. So there are a few things that are on my list. If you live locally and want me to put your order in for you, have it to me before Friday morning. But the one thing to remember is that it's while supplies last. So if something sells out, you're running that risk. There we go. So we've got it like that. Oh, it does make that pop, doesn't it? Now, should I put that on dimensionals or not? I think I will. So I've got some dimensional edges kicking around here, so I will use them up. Oh, there's a regular one. And we'll do a little bit more. We don't want a saggy card. There. So peel those off. And just like that. Oh, I love that embossing folder. Okay, so we've got it like that. Now when we hang the letters on, we can pull this down. So I want dimensionals on the back of my letters. I'm going to do that all right now. Just making sure that they're not going to stick over the edges here. And now I'm going to just play here a little bit and get my placement figured out. One thing I learned years and years ago in typing class was that when we used to have to manually center things, is start with your middle letter and then count out from that. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to start with the middle P, fasten that down, and then work out, and I should be able to work on my placement a little bit better. So I'm going to pull my ribbon down and aim for somewhat the middle, like that. Whoops, I didn't get my, well, I'll do that on the next one. Then I'll do the next letter going this way. Got that crooked, oh well. It's a handmade card, right? And the next letter going this way. You see how my letters are now holding the twine down a bit. And this way, and I'm not worried about them being too straight. It's a banner, it's hanging. It might have caught the breeze. It's going to be, it's got a lot of freedom there. So now we've got the word happy there, and we want the word birthday. So I had stamped the word birthday here, and I'm going to live dangerously and just freehand cut the rest. And I'm even going to angle one so that they know I wasn't trying to be straight. And I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of that. And look at how quickly this card is coming together. Peel those off. Forgot my take your pick tool. And I think I'll put it right there. Maybe right there. Just like that. And now all we need is some embellishments. Oh, I wonder, do we need a bow? I don't know. I have some pre-tied bows. I keep my embellishment containers to hold different things. What do you think? Bow or no bow? Should I add a bow or not? Oh, the deer punch is wonderful, Yvonne. I think you would love that. This is the time to buy the things you've been on the fence about, right? Bow or no bow? I see bow. Okay, we will add the bow. So when you're adding adhesive to these little thin bows, remember, roll your glue dot into a roll and then stick it on the back. And that way you won't have sticky on the front. I think I want to put it there. Doesn't really matter. So there we go. And now just a few embellishments. We can't have a card without a few embellishments, right? Not when Lillian's making them anyway. These are the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems. These are in the mini catalog, and look at how they sparkle. And the nice selection of colors there. So that's just because we've got fun colors going on here. Let's just add, and I don't think it matters which ones. So we'll add just a, whoops, I think I want to vary my colors. So here we go. And the blue's close enough. And one of, oh, need a different size. And we need to at least have, those are similar in color. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to trade them out. I'm going to bring the yellow down here. You guys laugh at me. I spend more time doing embellishments than I do anything else. There we go. And there we go. Just scattered a few across the card. It just makes it look that much happier, right? So there is our card, and so many of these things are on sale right now. So just be aware of that. Maybe you've already got them in your stash, and you can just pull them out right now and make them. So here it is right here. There's happy birthday, and you can imagine you can do any words there. And before I have shared this one, so this was Boo. Now remember, this die for the cracker and treat is on sale right now. So if that's sort of on your wish list, you just might want to check that out too. And then this is a card that I was inspired by the catalog, actually. So I used the punch just to punch out some designer paper and did the high. And then on the envelope, I did that. So you can see that I was using the little frames there. And then when I was showing you some of these and but back then, and I do have a video on the cracker and treat box, I did this. So how did I make them stick together? I just put a tiny little strip of scrap paper on the back and stuck it to that. And then I can have that. So there are some ideas for using the Alphabest bundle, which is cheaper to buy individually until Friday at 11:59. I would not leave it till 11:59. I would do it sooner rather than later, because some of these things are going to sell out. Now, I also wanted to share with you, when I was on stage, Darlene McCallum gave each of us one of these. So she used these bags that are found in the annual catalog, and she used this great stamp set and this punch and this great die. So this stamp set, this punch, and this die are also on sale. Who can tell me the name of this stamp set and punch? Anybody? Leave that as a comment as well. Then she had some goodies inside, like these great things here. And she had something sweet. Now, I have to admit, they are not here, all here. I have been nibbling on a few of those. But what a great way to make something look really special. Isn't that fabulous? So just wanted to share that. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you have questions or interested in any of these products, remember you can go to my website or you can contact me. If you're shopping on my website and your order is less than $200, please try to use the hostess code. And I will put all that information in the description. And then if you're on Facebook, click that little thumbs up button and that like button and make sure that you have joined if you're in my group. And if you're on I can't talk today, YouTube, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It means so much. So once again, here is the card we made today. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.